I'd like to conclude that tenure supports its original intent, which is academic freedom, and they say that the First Amendment can protect professors in teaching what they want to teach without needing tenure. However, without tenure, then the university can fire a professor who's teaching something that the university doesn't approve. And although they can teach it, if no one hires them, how do they teach? That's why tenure is still in place, so that any teacher can teach what they believe is important. Tenure also extends to research. If a professor wants to research something, then they're protected by tenure because they are given the long duration of time to research something important. Again, bringing up the Flint, Michigan lead situation, because that was a very big situation that impacted a lot of young kids and the general public. So although they can research it, if they don't have any university providing the money and providing the support needed, then how do they research, even though they are protected by the First Amendment? I'd also like to mention that tenure expands into holding jobs for teachers. And I would like to bring up Ralph Brown by Duke University School of Law, which is a very prestigious law school. He says that there is yet another cost, which is imposed upon scholars who do become tenured. Without tenure, the uncertainty of employment would require higher salaries. This essentially means that without tenure, then because of the lack of job security, a lot of professors would need to be paid more in order to keep them on board. And lastly, I'd like to say that there are no alternative systems to tenure. And again, this is by the Duke University School of Law. Ralph Brown says that the economic and social costs of the tenure system are, we believe, outweighed by the fact that tenure is vital to the academic freedom. No other proposed alternatives can provide adequate protection to the academic community. So essentially that means, there's no other way. If you remove tenure, then the academic community falls apart, and then there would be a very lack of stability and structure in the higher education. Tenured teachers only make up, again, as my partner and I brought up, a small percent of the higher education workforce. And so removing tenure or keeping tenure in place does not make that much of an impact. And so keeping tenure in place would essentially just make it stable. Thank you.